Good evening, race fans. Welcome to the Core Racing Network. Not going to be any racing here tonight. The final race here at Hickory has been postponed. We'll call it due to Hurricane Ian and Hurricane Fiona and all the damn hurricanes going on right now. We'll blame them. We'll blame the weather for this one, but we do have the league owner here, Brandon Coleman. We have our top three guys in points for the season. And, of course, I got my man, Jimmy Covert, here in the booth. Jimmy, how's it going tonight, buddy?
Not too bad. I mean, I was fortunate enough to miss this hurricane that came through. Decided to stir up Florida just a little bit. Those guys are going through a Category 4, so hopefully anybody down in that area is staying safe or at least gotten out of the way, because they're no joke. I've been running from them things for pretty much my whole life, being in the Navy and whatnot, and finally retiring down here in Florida, so it just continues to go. But it's a life choice, and they're not too easy. They're pretty easy to avoid. You just have to leave. So, but anyways, stay safe out there, and I'll let Carl bring in everybody else, and we'll talk a little bit here as we finish up the season for ECRC.
Yeah, so we got, again, everybody in the top three in the points. So we'll go one by one here. We'll start with the third place here in points, and that is going to be the number 20 of Justin Lawson. And Justin, coming off the win last week at Dover, you were looking for a chance to go back-to-back here at Hickory. Unfortunately, not going to happen here tonight. But I guess it's nice you finish top three in the points, and you finish as the one that nobody beat in the last race of the season. So you were just undefeated from the last race of the season.
Yeah, it sounds good. I guess I can let Paul stool on that one till the next season, but
so yeah, man, just tell us about the season. I know you unfortunately missed a couple of races along the way, or you could have given Paul a run for sure in the points, and possibly even Sean. But just kind of give us an idea of the season, what you liked, and maybe what you're looking forward to.
Yeah, the cars are definitely different from just about anything on iRacing. They're super floaty, so it took me a while to get into the groove of just how hard you have to push them, but without abusing them. There's a fine line with these cars, and it's pretty vague where it is. And there's a couple of races earlier on in the season that I should have finished better than I did and got caught up in late race stuff. So points wise, I could have done better, but all in all, it's a good season.
So ultimately, what is it? What's more difficult? Is it trying to conserve the tires? Is it trying to make sure that the car is kind of underneath you at all times, or is it kind of a dance between both?
Yeah, it's a dance between both, and heavily dependent on which track. Certain tracks, I found that typically you'd expect and the setups were pretty tight. We were running the iRacing setup, so you would think with a tight setup that the right front would be the first to go, and my strategy to combat that is to adjust the brake bias to shift a little bit of load to the back tires. And for some reason with this car, it does not really appreciate that, and you end up burning the right rear off, and that burned me a couple tracks. Just a strategy that works in the modifieds and the late models and stuff, and it just refused to take it. And this tracker, I just couldn't use that strategy as I do in other leagues. But yeah, the learning the car and how it reacts to different things was a fun experience.
Yeah, for sure. So, Jimmy, you got anything for Justin Lawson here?
Nah, man. Just many times as we watch you go around all these tracks this season, having your ups and downs, and then finally getting that win last week was just phenomenal to watch. And I really look forward to seeing you guys race tonight, like usual. But obviously with the storm going on, and it seems like some leagues, like towards the end of the season, some people just kind of fizzle out for some reason. But you guys are still here. You got third in the points overall, especially with the bigger fields that started this league. And I look forward to hopefully whatever you guys come up with here in the beginning of next year. Maybe even broadcasting for you then. So we'll see. Hopefully see you in the future.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So before we we're not going to let you go. We'll let you hang out here. But before we jump on to the next person, anybody you want to give a shout out to, any thanks to wrap up the season for you?
Just Brandon for putting this on. You guys for doing the broadcast. It's our, I don't know, third season that Brandon's done, maybe more than that. I think you guys probably the best broadcasters we've had. But thank teammate Paul, he takes care of me, and wife for putting up with me yelling at the TV down here.
And all wives, for that matter. I'm sure there's plenty of yelling going across the board here. But yeah, congrats again on the third place this season, and definitely, like Jimmy said, looking forward to seeing you out there on the track again coming up soon. But now we'll bring in the man, the myth, the legend, Paul Durkee, the number 6 machine out here. Doesn't even need a win on the season to finish in second place. He's just that good. So, Paul, give us a rundown on your season there, buddy.
Just consistent. That's all. Show up for every race. Don't miss any. Get all the points you can. That's we were all of us guys. I think were helped out quite a bit by our friends from the north kind of backing out, and I don't know what happened to them, but I wish they would have stayed for the whole season. I think it would have been pretty interesting, but this league's been a lot of fun. The cars, it was something different, and you guys did an amazing job this year. I'm really happy with the job that you did.
Yeah, we certainly appreciate that, and it's all a tribute to you guys. I mean, we couldn't put on a broadcast without you guys. We can't put on a good broadcast unless you guys are doing good racing out there. So we certainly appreciate it on the other side as well. But gotta ask you now, with the season over here and Justin Lawson kind of coming on strong at the end of the season with the third, the second, and then the win at Dover. Is there any kind of turmoil over there in the Goat Patch community that maybe Justin Lawson looking for the number 1 spot, the number 1 driver seat?
Nah, he knows his role. He's second fiddle. That's his nickname. Oh, second fiddle.
All right, Jimmy, you got anything for Paul here?
Nah, just great racing out there this season, Paul. I mean, not winning and still coming in second in the points, and yeah, maybe the attrition rate of the other drivers dissipating had something to play with that, but you were still here, like you said, just consistency, and a lot of times consistency can actually win you a championship. You don't necessarily need to win everything, you just need to be the best at being up front. So you did a great job doing that and put you in a spot where you were able to take home second place for the season, and want to congratulate you and give you a little time, maybe give a shout out there, like your partner Justin did.
Yeah, actually, I'd like to thank my online engine builder, Brett Balch, up in Lyme, New Hampshire. He did a great job with my engines this year. And good job to Sean. He was very consistent too this year. Did a great job. Justin did a hell of a job racing the paint jobs I did for him this year, and I think it probably made him a little bit faster.
Look fast, race fast. That's all it's about.
And thanks to Brandon for putting all this stuff together. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, some people just don't understand how much work it is behind the scenes to get this stuff all put together, and I'm sure he appreciates the kind words.
Yep.
Yeah, this thing a lot of times can turn into a full-time job, between recruiting, between getting all the sessions set up, and between making sure everybody's happy and all the rules are set and yada yada. There's a lot that goes on in the back. So definitely a shout out to Brandon, to all the league admins out there. It's certainly something that unfortunately goes by the wayside without people giving enough thanks to. But congrats again on the second place in the points here, and I feel like we need to start calling you the silent killer, because there's been a lot of races where you didn't really get too much talking, you didn't really get too much airtime, I feel, but you're always fighting there towards the end, and that's obviously reflected in the second place in the points. So congrats on the second place once again, and I'm sure we'll see you out there once this thing fires back up and silently killing the field again and sliding up there in the points.
Yes, sir. Oh, you might be the only one that's ever. So.
Well, there you go. Even better. The silent killer. There we go. All right, so that's going to move us on now to our champion, and Sean Langton, driver of the number 7 here on the season. A bit of an up and down start to the season, and it took all the way until the what ended up being the second last race of the season at Nashville Fairgrounds to finally grab your first win, and you do it over a hard charging Justin Lawson in that race. But Sean, take us through your championship run here, your ups and downs, and all the guys you had to battle to try and get this thing done.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. It was a really fun season. Yeah, it definitely started a little rocky. I think the second or third race, I finished second to the 360 car. I knew that he was one of the faster guys in the league, and I figured like I might be able to run with these guys when I'm at my best. So that's when I gained a lot of confidence. I could go out here and run door to door with them, and just had a really fun season. It took a while to get that first W, but just stayed consistent and just tried to keep the leaders in sight and take care of the car. This league produced so much clean green flag racing. I think that suits me, and I get in a good rhythm over a long period of time, so I really enjoyed that.
Talk to me about the paint scheme. I know back in the day I was a big Alan Kawicki fan too. Is it something where you seen the paint scheme on iRacing or on Trading Paints, and it fit with you being the number 7, or is it something that's thrown back to Alan Kawicki times?
Well, it's actually a few things. I'm a big Quickie fan. I love the history of racing and everything. I'm a really big Robbie Gordon fan, and I remember him talking about Alan Kawicki a few times and how he modeled his race team being the little guy, little team, and against the big, powerful Hendricks and Roush's, and he even that's why Robbie ran the number 7. And so after I did a little research on Alan Kawicki, I realized like, oh yeah, I definitely have a lot of respect for him, and went out tragically, unfortunately, but yeah, that's why I run the paint scheme in honor of him. And I was hoping to do a Polish victory lap today after I capped off the championship, but we'll save that for the next season when we run the other cars.
Well, if you want to fire up a test session, we can have you go live here in the Discord and just watch you go around for a lap. But that's actually pretty interesting. I did not know that about the ties between Robbie Gordon and Alan Kawicki, so that's actually pretty interesting. But it's the season's over now. You certainly had some tough competition in the beginning. You had the likes of Steve Gautier in the first couple of races. You had Curtis Critchley, even Dylan McDonald. Those 3 guys grabbing a bunch of wins early, but kind of along the same lines as Paul Durkee. You just kind of plugged away at the beginning, and then you took advantage of the situation with those guys not being there towards the end of the season, grabbing that win at Nashville Fairgrounds. With Hickory being a similar type of track, regardless if there's only 3 guys out there or 20 guys out there, what do you think your chances would have been tonight?
I think I would have run good. I like Hickory. I like the tracks where it's really just about not getting full throttle and just kind of egg under the throttle type of track. I really enjoy that kind of stuff, taking care of the right rear. I think I could have definitely been up there competing for the win. Would have been interesting to see if it went green. It's a long race on green on that under those conditions. But yeah. We did a lot of no caution races this year, so it wouldn't have surprised me.
Yeah, absolutely not. You guys did put on one heck of a show. So, Jimmy, you got anything here for the champion, Sean Langton?
Just a big congratulations, whether it was situational or just pure skill. Even from the beginning, like you said, you were able to hang with the leaders, and whether they were here or not, I think it would have been a hell of a fight all the way to the end. And you deserve this because, you put the time in. So, congratulations on your victory for this season. And my dad was a big Alan Kawicki fan, along with his brother, which my dad's brother passed away not too long ago. So he, things that bring up memories like that is always nice to hear that people actually like that little guy too. Because I've been to many tracks watching Kawicki actually race when I was a kid. So, but anyways, I want to say congratulations, and hopefully, whatever Brandon comes up with here in the ending months here of the year, you guys will all be there at the beginning of next year, and looking forward to see you back out on the track.
Thank you. I appreciate both of you guys. You do a great job up in the booth, and I just want to thank Brandon for putting on an amazing league. Probably the cleanest racing I've had in a league experience. So I'll be back no matter what he throws up. I don't care if we're racing shopping carts, Xfinity cars, or whatever we do. I'll be back for sure. I can't wait.
Yeah, man, we'll definitely jump on board if it's shopping carts. That sounds like a good time. You know, maybe shopping carts at the figure eight at Irwindale. That sounds like a blast for sure. But yeah, so speaking of a Brandon Coleman league owner here, before we bring him in here, we'll let you guys get some time in here to give him some shots and. Give him some of the things that you didn't like about what he did and get it out of your system now so you can go ahead and clean it up for next season if there was anything.
Well, I think
coming from where I'm sitting, man, maybe a road course. I'm a road course guy. Maybe throw a road course in there for me.
What about you, Paul?
I believe we are going to do some road courses, and because we will be, I think we've discussed, we're going to be doing the Xfinities. So I think we're going to have at least one road course, maybe two. And Brandon is only as good as the guys in this league.
So we'll go ahead and end the stream right there.
No,
if it's anything like you, Paul, then he's good to go. He's good to go. But,
well, see, they can't retaliate. I'm 16 years old. They can't retaliate against me.
Well, they can, but you can just blame my bad hearing or something like that on it. So you're good to go.
I had a fold of pens. I didn't know what I was thinking.
There you go. All right, Justin, I'll give you one last shot here. Keep it family friendly, but go ahead.
Yeah, just if anybody out there is looking for a teammate, I'd like to replace my counterpart. Preferably somebody that can hit pit road on their first try or not need a push. You know.
That was an interesting race. That push.
You really had to go there.
Well, you know. I
mean, not saying, but that right there could have been your second place in the points. You know, you let Paul just by the wayside there, and
yeah.
I think if at the very least you need a raise for next season.
He's going to be easy to spot next season. He's going to be the guy with no paint on his car.
Big old for sale sign on it. Gotcha.
You'll know it real well. You'll be behind me.
LFP looking for partner.
All right, so before anything else goes on here, we got to bring in the guy that put on this series, the guy that brought in the guys. Unfortunately, didn't stick around, but the guys that are still in here are sticking around for a reason. This was a phenomenal league. We love broadcasting. We look forward to it every night here for ECRC, and certainly looking forward to the horizon. But Brandon, just want to give you some time to kind of say some final words here for the season. Thank the guys that you want to thank, and kind of give us an idea of what's on the horizon here for ECRC.
I want to thank you guys first for putting on an amazing show. I know you guys say we put on an amazing show, but you guys put on amazing broadcasts and make it interesting. And, I want to thank you guys for that. I want to thank everybody else in the league, Justin, Paul, Sean, Dylan, all those guys for coming out and sticking it out, and especially the ones that did stick it out, and making all season long fun. I want to thank Chuck for coming along and making this season real good, especially better than the last one. He'll get a kick out of that. I want to thank Admin Box and Fish for coming on as a sponsor. I want to thank Butt Kicker for coming on as a sponsor as well. And just looking forward to season 6.
So speaking of season 6, I heard some of the guys already talking about it, that you're going to be looking to go to the Xfinity cars. So kind of give us an idea of what you're going to be doing there, like the length of the schedule, the type of format you guys are going to be running, and how anybody that's out there looking for a league, whether it's just looking for a good, clean racing league, whether they're looking for Xfinity in particular, how they can get into it.
It'll be Xfinity cars, as everybody's done said, $20 buy-in. It'll be a 20-week season. There will be multiple road courses, not just one. And it will start January 4th, 2023. We're going to hopefully get more people than what we got this time, and we're going to try to do stage racing so that it gives everybody, even some of the guys that hadn't won a race, they get a chance. Which, look at Paul, he didn't win a race either. It's just consistency.
Keep taking shots at him. Keep taking shots at him.
If it wasn't for Justin, I don't think Paul would have finished as good as he did. But
yeah, certainly looking forward to that. And that's a nice long season for a lot of things to play out too. So that's gonna be really good. Is it gonna be straight points for the season? Is it gonna be playoff racing?
I don't think we'll do playoff racing. I think we'll just do a straight point season. But we're gonna adjust some things and make pole a little more worth fighting for. We're gonna make stage races a little more worth fighting for. That way, it creates better racing throughout the whole entire race. Gives you guys something to scream about, and gives people watching something interesting to watch.
I already lose my voice at the end of races. Now you're going to make me lose my voice at the end of stages too. I can't guarantee I'm going to make the end of it, but
I'll need a bigger glass
Jimmy,
of water.
Exactly. Jimmy, any last thoughts or any words here for Brandon?
Brandon, just keep doing what you're doing. And sometimes the seasons fizzle out like you've seen here, but the people that you brought together, you had good times week in, week out. Clean racing. There was nothing malice about any of the racing I ever seen on Wednesday nights. I enjoyed coming here. I enjoyed talking to you guys, getting to know you guys. Look forward to maybe even working with you in the future if that's what you guys wish. And if not, but I'll definitely be looking out for ECRC and what you guys are doing.
Well, there's a definite on the next season. We can both look forward to that. So. I'll definitely make it happen on our end. So,
yeah, the biggest thing to just kind of pile on to what Jimmy said is as far as the guys you bring in, it's and kind of like what Paul said too. It's the guys you have running your series are gonna either make or break it. You can do everything you can. You can spend 80 hours a week trying to get everything set up exactly perfectly. You're never gonna make everybody happy. There's always gonna be some complaining. We see it across the board. But it's having that good group of guys that you can kind of rely on week in and week out, and they're sitting right here in here with you right now. And I'm sure there's some others that just didn't have a chance to make it tonight. Hopefully it's for good reasons and not for the hurricanes or anything like that, any kind of things that are taking them out for serious reasons or any kind of family issues. But yeah, I mean, you get a good group of guys together, and it doesn't matter what your race, you're going to have fun, and that's why we're here. That's why we do it. That's why you race in leagues. That's why you run leagues. You're here to have fun. Nobody's gonna break the bank one way or another. And we're not here in the Coke series. We're not here in one of the professional iRacing series here to get in there and make money. We're ultimately all here to have fun. And it's the same thing for me and Jimmy in the booth. If we weren't having fun up in the booth, we weren't having fun watching you guys, then we'll find something else to do. But we had an absolute blast this entire season, and yeah, like we said, can't say enough. We're already looking forward to next season.
Definitely, man.
All right, well, that's going to do it here. That's going to put a bow and everything else on the end of this season here for ECRC. Again, want to thank all the guys that made it happen throughout the entire season here. Want to thank the series sponsors of Butt Kicker and Admin Box for bringing this thing in. Thanks some of the in-race sponsors, Wall to Wall Custom Paint and Wall Covering, Titletown Sim Racing, and all the other ones that helped out all throughout the season. Thank Brandon here one last time for putting this thing on for these guys. Congrats to our top three in points of Justin Lawson, Paul Durkee, and Sean Langton. That's going to do it for myself and Jimmy here for ECRC. We'll see you back here in a couple months, and we'll see you at the track.
Peace.
Yeah, and so Jimmy, were you the one in the service?
Yes, I was.
Well, thank you for your service.
Oh,
Thank you for your service, Jimmy.
Yeah, I appreciate that, and you
And
guys,
Justin.
the amount of times that you hear the thanks for the service. Not everybody can do it, and I was able to do it, and I did it for 24 years, and I enjoyed it. So the people of this great nation and everybody else around this world could enjoy their freedoms and do what we need to do, and have nights like this, and just have fun playing a virtual simulator and just having a great time.
Yep, I'd thank Justin, but he's dead to me now.
All right, so that's us from us here from ECRC, HCRN, and if you haven't already, please give us a thumbs up and a like, subscribe. You can catch everything that we're doing here. It's just a few short hours. I'm going to be back in the booth covering the Core Racing League, doing their IndyCar series, as Dylan McDonald is out of town helping out his family, as we're a big family component here at CRN, so we're going to support each other, and I'm going to cover that. So I don't have anything else to say. Like Carl said, we'll see you at the track, and peace.
All right, thanks, guys.